Welcome to Growth Formula. Success is not a coincidence. Success is a formula. Join our transformation journey and subscribe now.
Success is not a coincidence. Success is a formula. Last time, we decoded the disciplined pursuit of less with essentialism. We learned how to clean the closet of our lives and say no to the trivial many. But today, we face a much more sinister enemy. Even after you've cleared your schedule, even after you've identified your one thing, you still have to face the work itself. And in the 21st century, the work has become a battlefield of distraction. We are living through a digital plague, a mass erosion of the human mind's ability to think, to create, and to dominate. Most people are no longer in control of their brains. They're simply reacting to the next buzz, the next red dot, the next notification. Today, we stop being busy and start being elite. Welcome to Growth Formula. Today, we are mastering the most critical skill for anyone who wants to change the world. Deep Work by Cal Newport. Look at the world around you. Really look at it. We are living in a paradox. We have more tools for productivity than any generation in human history, yet we are becoming less productive by the hour. Why? Because we have traded our depth for breadth. We are moving a mile wide and an inch deep. We have been programmed by multi-billion-dollar algorithms to have the attention span of a fruit fly. We spend our days in a state of continuous partial attention, never fully present, never fully focused. The productivity industry has lied to you. They told you that multitasking is a badge of honor. They told you that being reachable 24/7 is a requirement for success. But as we know here at Growth Formula, the crowd is almost always wrong. In fact, the crowd is failing. Cal Newport defines the shallow life as a state of being where your day is fragmented into 1,000 tiny pieces. Shallow work consists of logistical-style tasks, often performed while distracted, answering Slack messages, reacting to emails that don't matter, attending meetings that could have been a sentence. It's easy, it's low value, and here's the cold truth: it is easily replaceable. If a machine or a low-paid worker in a developing country can do what you do, you are in a precarious position. We are entering a new economy, the deep work economy. In this era, there will be two types of people: those who can focus deeply to solve complex problems, and those who are discarded because their jobs have been automated or outsourced. The ability to perform deep work is becoming as rare as a diamond, and because it is rare, it is becoming incredibly valuable. If you cannot focus, you are becoming obsolete. To understand the power of this formula, we must look at the giants. Consider Bill Gates. Even at the height of Microsoft's power, Gates practiced what he called think weeks. Twice a year, he would vanish. He didn't go to a resort. He went to a secluded cabin in the woods. No family, no employees, no phones, and certainly no internet. Just him, a stack of papers, and his thoughts. In those weeks of pure, deep work, he saw the future of the internet before his competitors even knew it existed. That wasn't luck. That was the formula of depth. He wasn't busy. He was deep. Let's talk about the biology of your failure. Most people think they can switch from a social media tab to a difficult report and back again without a cost. They believe their brain works like a computer switch. They are wrong. Science calls this attention residue. When you switch from task A to task B, your attention does not follow immediately. A part of your brain stays stuck on task A, processing that last comment you read or that urgent email you just sent. This residue creates a cognitive fog. If you check your phone for just a second while trying to write a business plan, you have effectively lowered your IQ for the next 20 minutes. Think about the math. If you check your phone every 15 minutes, you are literally never operating at your full potential. You are working with a handicapped brain. Deep work is the process of reclaiming your cognitive sovereignty. It is about the formula. High-quality work produced equals time spent times intensity of focus. If your intensity is diluted by distraction, your output is garbage, no matter how many hours you sat at your desk. Think of Carl Jung, the legendary psychiatrist. When he needed to build the foundations of analytical psychology, he didn't do it in a busy office in Zurich. He built a stone tower in the village of Bollinger. He called it the Tower. It had no electricity, no running water. He chopped his own wood and pumped his own water. He stripped away the shallow to touch the profound. In that silence, in that isolation, he performed the deep work that changed the way we understand the human soul. He understood that to produce something of value, you must first exile yourself from the noise of the masses. To master the growth formula for depth, you must choose your philosophy. You cannot leave focus to chance. First, there's the monastic approach. This is the Bill Gates or Carl Jung model, total seclusion. Then there's the bimodal approach. This is for people who need to be in the world, but also in the deep. You might spend 4 days a week in total seclusion and 3 days being reachable. Next is the rhythmic approach, which is the backbone of the growth formula for most people. It's about building a chain of 90 to 120-minute sessions every single morning before the world wakes up. You don't wait for inspiration, you show up for the ritual. Finally, there's the journalistic approach, the ability to switch into deep mode in any 20-minute window. This is the hardest to master, reserved for those who have trained their focus muscle to a professional level. But what happens when the world won't leave you alone? Look at the story of Peter Shankman, a successful entrepreneur and author. He had a book deadline that was looming, and the distractions of his daily life were suffocating his creativity. He needed depth, and he needed it fast. So he did something radical. He booked a round-trip business-class ticket to Tokyo. He flew from New York to Tokyo, sat in his seat for 14 hours, wrote the entire time, landed in Japan, had a cup of coffee at the airport, and immediately boarded the plane back to New York. 30 hours of travel, 24 hours of pure, uninterrupted deep work. He finished the manuscript before he touched back down on American soil. He spent $4,000 on a plane ticket, not for the travel, but for the environment of focus. He understood that the cost of distraction is far higher than the price of a flight. Here's the hard truth. You cannot do deep work in a shallow environment. You must build a sanctuary of focus. Your brain is a survival machine. It is wired to notice movement and noise. If your phone is on your desk, even if it is face down, your brain is using precious energy to not check it. That is energy that should be going into your mission. To go deep, you must remove the friction. You must close the door, put the phone in another room, and clear the physical clutter. You are not just sitting at a desk, you are entering a laboratory of greatness. Consider J.K. Rowling. When she was struggling to finish the final Harry Potter book, the pressure and the noise of her fame made focus impossible at home. She didn't quit, she escalated. She checked into a suite at the 5-star Balmoral Hotel in Edinburgh. She removed herself from the shallow world of her home life and created a temporary monastery of focus. She spent months there, finishing the most anticipated book in history. She knew that greatness requires a price, and often that price is your presence in the normal world. We have become addicts. We use our phones in line at the grocery store, in the bathroom, and the moment our eyes open in the morning. We have lost the ability to be bored. But for the growth formula, boredom is not an enemy. It is the weight room for your mind. If you cannot tolerate 5 minutes of silence without reaching for a screen, your mind is weak. You have lost the ability to sit with your own thoughts. Newport's advice is radical. Don't take breaks from distraction. Take breaks from focus. We have it backwards. We spend all day being distracted and try to find time to focus. No, your default state must be deep, and you should schedule specific, limited windows for shallow. You must rewire your dopamine receptors. You must teach your brain that the true high comes from solving a difficult problem or mastering a new skill, not from the cheap thrill of a like or a share. Let's address the elephant in the room, social media. We tell ourselves the lie that it's for networking or staying informed. These platforms are the slot machines of the mind, designed by the most brilliant engineers in the world to keep you addicted. In our previous lesson, we learned that your 4,000 weeks are finite. Do you really want to spend a quarter of those weeks watching 15-second clips of strangers? Newport suggests a 30-day digital detox. Walk away from the noise. If the world doesn't end, and if you don't miss it, don't go back. And if you do return, use it as a tool with a specific purpose, not as an emotional crutch. Be a producer of value, not a consumer of trash. Deep work is hard. It is a struggle. It makes your brain ache and your ego scream for an escape. And that is exactly why you must do it. Because everyone else is taking the path of least resistance. Everyone else is staying on the surface. While the masses are busy being busy, you will be busy being great. You are no longer just managing your schedule, you are managing your soul's output. Your 4,000 weeks are ticking. You can spend them as a distracted ghost in a digital machine, or you can spend them building a legacy that lasts. Success is not a product of luck, it is a product of focused intensity. We cut the noise so the music can finally be heard. We don't want a busy life, we want a vital life. If you are ready to stop surfing the surface and start diving deep, then you have finally found the formula. If you found this breakdown valuable, don't let the noise drown out the signal. Hit the subscribe button to join our community and unlock the secrets of the world's greatest books. This is your path to the formula. How long was your longest session of deep work today? Are you still surfing the surface, or are you ready to go deep? Let us know in the comments below. Let's grow together.